Hi everyone, this is Diary of a Mystic. I wanted to do a reading centered or focused upon the date of a person, birthday that I got in my first reading surrounding the Idaho murders. So in my first reading, if you go back, I got the date of November 15th and it kept pulling me towards that date, which was 2 days after the events took place. And it turns out this date was the birthday of a girl, Hannah Cleere, who roomed or was the roommate, formerly a roommate of one of the victims, Madison Mogen. So I wanted to do a reading centered around Hannah Cleere. She passed away February 24th, 2022 of this year. Her first heavenly birthday was November 15th, 2022, 2 days after the murders took place. So I wanted to focus on primarily Hannah Cleere's energy and also see if I can pick up on anything relatable to the University of Idaho murders and if there's a connection. Okay, so if I get dates, birth dates, for me, primarily as a reader, that is linking an energy to the reading. So I'm going to look into and focus on Hannah's energy as well as connection to the events that took place. So let's get started. And if you're watching, thank you for joining, if you're following this case as well. So let's look into Hannah Cleere's energy. If there's a connection to the University of Idaho murders in terms of the connection of Hannah Cleere. And allegedly, Hannah Cleere, being Madison Mogen's roommate, allegedly she was rumored to have been bullied by Madison as well as her friends. And the fact that I got that date and it kept pulling me more strongly to November 15th than it was to the actual date of November 13th, which was the day of the murders. I kept getting pulled to November 15th. So what are the energies surrounding this case in terms of Hannah Cleere? Is there like they're saying grill station or like a restaurant that has the name station in it? Like a grill station, like something that has like station in it, kind of like a restaurant or grill in Moscow. What is the connection with Hannah Cleere? Also, they're showing me January 3rd, 2021. So we're going back. If I get a past date, there's a significance to that date, on, before, or after that date. So 1/3/21. So we're going back over a year ago. So what was taking place perhaps in Hannah's life January 3rd, 2021? If she was still roommates with Madison, if not, what is the connection for Hannah on that date in particular? What are the energies surrounding Hannah Cleere and Madison Mogen, as well as is there a connection relatable to Hannah's passing to the events that took place on November 13th? What is the connection with Hannah Cleere? What is the connection? They're saying suspension. I wonder if one of the victims was facing, not currently, but in the past, if they had been facing a possible suspension from school. What is the connection with Hannah Cleere to Madison Mogen, as well as the other 3 victims in this case? What is the connection with Hannah Cleere? Also, I'm getting a lot about January. So January of 2021, then I'm getting January 28th, 2022. So January 28th, 2022, this was about less than a month to Hannah Cleare's passing or her death this year. So I wonder what was going on January 28th, 2022, a month before she died this year. And I believe Hannah was 21 when she passed. What is the connection? Okay. So I think Hannah's come into the reading. So we have a water sign female. We also have an earth sign female. This Queen of Pentacles has shown up in every reading that I've done. And we have 2 kings again. I've had 2 kings. The King of Wands is back. I've had 2 kings show up in almost every reading as well. So I feel the star card's on the bottom of the deck. So when I see the star card, especially in reference to anyone who has crossed over or passed on, this is a very spiritual card to me. And it also speaks about hope and faith. But it's a very spiritual card in terms of divine timing, crossing over, divine order, etc. So I kind of pick up on, and I did in the first reading, that there was a possibility of a love triangle. So lovers comes in first. This is Gemini energy. This also could be relevant to Gemini people. This is also speaking about decisions or crossroads. So, or making major decisions as well. Choices also can be dilemmas. There could have been here a possibility of a love triangle going on. There also could be a possibility here of decisions, choices thereupon that Hannah made for herself in terms of her passing. I know that her father put out a statement that her death was accidental and was not related to the investigation. So the Queen of Cups is here next to the Ace of Cups. Typically, this can signify someone who's beginning a new cycle. And also can indicate on the physical plane, a new relationship, a new love. So I'm going to interpret this two ways. The Queen of Cups could be an indicator that this is Hannah Cleare's energy, okay, as a water sign female, which I think if her birthday is November 15th, I would make her Scorpio. Also, the Ace of Cups is transcendence. This is emotional fulfillment. This is also a cycle of entering into love, profound love, emotional love. This also can be an indicator that someone was in a love triangle here. This also can be an indicator of Hannah Cleare's energy, uh, something involving love or wanting to find love or needing or wanting love. Something was also going on. This is out of the most recent past or the past. Something had been going on for quite some time. With the Seven of Pentacles, this is anything that's long term, that's been going on for quite some time. Also, next to strength, I feel like Hannah was trying to find self-love as well, or was needing reassurance for herself as an individual of being worthy or knowing or realizing that she deserved respect, love, as well as self-love, as well as giving herself permission to be loved or to have love. I also feel that perhaps Hannah was looking or could have been in love with someone prior to her passing that could have been something that was a triangle. Like it could have been unrequited love, it could have been something that she liked somebody who knew that they liked them and someone else liked them or had a crush on them. Do you know where I'm going with this? Strength shows me, when strength shows up, especially, this could be Leo, a Leo individual. But next to the Seven of Pentacles, this is saying, I've had to be strong for so long. I've had to be continuously strong or stay strong for so long, for a long time. Okay. So I feel like Hannah's energy was having to stay strong or having to be strong or being told, um, but also being the feeling of being felt that I have to remain steady and be strong and stay strong, and I'm really trying and I'm doing the best that I can, okay, for a long time, a long amount of time. Kind of like when we're facing any type of struggle, depression, anything in our life where we're just really trying to maintain and hold on and keep a steady sense or flow of, okay, I'm staying strong, I can get through this, I'm going to get through this type energy. I feel like Hannah's family was very, very supportive, very close-knit family with the Ten of Cups here. And the Three of Pentacles shows me that there was a need for trying to rebuild or start over with her, or helping her to rebuild, or helping her to make a plan, or to start over, almost in like 3-month intervals, like getting through a period. I don't know if she struggled with depression or any type of anxiety, but trying to mentally start over, emotional support of cycles where, okay, we're going to start over and get back on track type energy. Here's this Queen of Pentacles. She's come into every reading. in terms of who she is, this person, either with the Queen of Pentacles here, either came or has money or comes from a wealthy family or is privileged or something connected to money. She's shown up in every reading. Now she's looking at the Fool, and the Fool's energy, this is the archetype of Aries. The Fool's energy, and the Queen is looking at this. This person really had no sense of the real world. Okay, they could have also been given a lot. They could have, once again, been very privileged in terms of financials. They really didn't have a sense of the real world. They also, the way they conducted themselves could have been, uh, just very blunt, or they spoke whatever they said. There was no filter, because the Fool's energy is one of uh, kind of basically innocence, but also saying what comes across your mind and not really having a filter, because the Fool's energy is so innocent in such a way that it's naive. Okay. There also could have been a manner upon which this Queen was very risk taking or had risky type behavior, and could have also been financially irresponsible. With the Queen of Pentacles energy here, could have been financially irresponsible, also had a very naive view of the world as well with the Fool's energy. There's also a beginning here for this Queen as well. But risk-taking, risky behavior, because typically the Queen of Pentacles should be very grounded, also as one who's financially stable for the most part. But with the Fool's energy next to her, that's kind of the opposite. So Page of Wands next to the Knight of Swords. There was either A, surrounding Hannah Cleere, there could have been messaging, text messaging. There also could have been communication to her, or it may have felt that trying to communicate or communication was coming in a dramatic fashion. So in terms of bullying with Hannah Cleere, allegedly, surrounding Madison and her friends, allegedly, the Knight of Swords energy is the drama queen, okay, in the Tarot deck. Page of Wands is communication. This also could indicate news, but in the modern sense, this is also messaging, communication, text messaging. And I just feel that she was perhaps being, if she was being bullied, it was more on social media, not directly face to face. It could have been more social media or texting or something in that manner. Okay, because Knight of Swords is a very aggressive, assertive type energy. It's also very drama queen many times, because they kind of stir up trouble and then they exit. All right. So there was something that was coming at her that could have been very stressful that she was dealing with, especially when it came to social media. I don't know if Hannah Cleere had social medias, if she was on Instagram, um, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is. There's also two-facedness that I'm picking up on, like two-faced behavior that was going on. So something was put to a stop or put on hold when it came to a job. Four of Pentacles next to the Eight of Pentacles surrounding, if Hannah did, from what we've read, she did, I think she worked in the library. She was had a library science, I think was her main study at the University of Idaho. So, Four of Pentacles typically is holding on too tightly to possessions. This can also be defensive behavior. This also can be preventing someone from getting ahead because they're holding on to it. So there could have been something where Hannah may have felt that she was held back from an opportunity here. Or something was held back from her in terms of job, because we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is job. So you know how they have work study at colleges or universities? I don't know if she was doing a work study or if she had a job outside of school. If anybody knows, let me know. So here we have Page of Pentacles. This is typically a student. This is the student traditionally, or someone who is studying. And here we have the Seven of Wands. There was a lot of opposition for her in school. It was overshadowing her experience of trying to be a student. She was dealing with uh, adversaries, or she was dealing with opposition from others. So the Seven of Wands, typically you will see in tarot decks, the person is kind of up on a hill and there's wands being attacked against them. So there was also not perhaps people, but there's also many different things that she was facing. It could have been adversaries, but it was also opposition, and it was opposing her experience as trying to be a student. It was overshadowing her experience of trying to focus on her studies. It was overcoming that. So 10 of Wands next to the Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Wands can be an indicator of someone who is having an uphill battle or struggle. This is also taking on a lot, burdens, also feeling physically, mentally exhausted. Okay. Weeks before, or this could have been going on for weeks at a time, I feel. The Ace of Pentacles typically is a new cycle, new beginning, especially when it comes to money. But with these two cards together, it feels like it was an uphill battle or struggle in order to obtain for Hannah her degree with the Ace of Pentacles, to obtain success or to keep or maintain her job. It was a real struggle. So if she was working at the school, there was a real battle that she was dealing with personally here. And typically this is a card where people just take on so much. This could be mentally as well. They don't typically ask for help. This also could be an indicator that there was, if she had financial aid or if school was paid for, of the struggle or the uphill battle or struggle or feeling overburdened when it came to financials to pay for school. That could also be an indicator as well. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have another 10, and the Emperor. So the Emperor is authority. The Emperor is also, in the negative sense, can indicate someone who's very controlling. Next to the Family card, this is family legacy. I feel like authority is looking at a particular family, or this could be a unit of people that are like a family, okay? So the Emperor can also be an indicator of power, control within a family, especially family legacy. The Emperor here, however, is looking at the Ten of Pentacles, which shows me there could have been a lot of controlling behavior surrounding family legacy. This could be pressure to perform as well. If there was a lot of pressure put upon Hannah in school, okay, from a certain authority figure in her life, this also can be an indicator that uh, authority figures presently, right now, are centered upon or focused upon a certain family, okay? But this is a sense of control, of order, of tradition, of someone controlling the narrative within a family's legacy as well. So here we are looking at what I would pretty much describe as nastiness. So we have the Page of Swords with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords has shown up in previous readings as well. The Page of Swords in particular is about spying. It's spying in the form of ill communication, gossip, rumors. Typically spying. Five of Swords next to the page is manipulation. It's also narcissistic energies. This is also indicating empty victories in terms of out to win. So in a previous reading, I spoke about that whoever the perpetrator was, okay, was out to win at all costs. The Page of Swords is an indicator of spying or watching people very closely. So there is heavy manipulation here. There's also, with the Five of Swords energy, manipulation in the form of communicating immaturely. Okay, the Page of Swords is not such a great communicator. It's a very immature communicator, very immature communication mastered with manipulation. All right, so there could have been something here relatable to the case or in terms of Hannah's energy, where there could have been gossip or a rumor that was started around Hannah previous to her death. So here come these two kings again, okay? We have the King of Cups here, and then we have the King of Wands is back. He's been in every reading. So the King of Cups showed up first. King of Cups next to the Three of Wands. This person in particular, there's two males relatable to this case, whether they're involved in a love triangle, whether they're involved in terms of what happened. There's two males in particular. In terms of the connection to Hannah Cleere, they may be relatable to her, they may not. This king in particular, the King of Cups, could be relatable to the Queen of Cups because it's the same suit. I think that there's progress here with the Three of Wands. Typically is progress, seeing signs of progress. All right. This king typically can be a father figure. It also can be someone who is compassionate or has much love for someone. The Three of Wands here is we're seeing signs of progress, So I feel like this person could have visualized something and was steadily starting to see signs of progress. So in terms of who this is, I'm not sure. But I feel like this could be a connector to Hannah or to the case. So this person has a vision and they're starting to see signs of progress. If that makes sense to you, I don't know if it does, but King of Wands is here next to the Ace of Wands. So the King of Wands typically is fire sign male. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But in terms of personality, the King of Wands it is very charismatic. He's very charming. He knows how to work the room. He knows how to get what he wants, and he can typically be a player. Okay. The Ace of Wands next to him is a very sexual person. Ace of Wands, in terms of um, the symbolism of the wand, is very phallic. Okay. And it's very connected to high sexual energy here. This also can be a new cycle or beginning, but the Ace of Wands is considered a very phallic symbol. Next to this King of Wands, very highly sexually charged individual or highly sexually energized individual here. And I feel like these two men or these two kings are either one personality or they're two people. So here we have the past has popped up with the Five of Wands. This is important because we're looking at the past memories, past events tied to a battle. The Five of Wands is the battle card, and it's typically with a group of people. So there was a battle I feel going on with a group of people, within a group of people, okay, where there could have been, going back to these two cards, gossip, rumors, spying, heavy manipulation, narcissistic energies in terms of somebody was just out to win. There was a lot of gossip or he said, she said, or things going on, all right? There was a battle that took place. There's also competition, competing behaviors, all right? Hannah Cleare's energy was not the type that was competitive. She was more dreamy. She was more psychic. She was more intuitive. She was more connected to writing her poetry, drawing. She was more connected to music. All right. She didn't care about money or uh, anything to do with uh, status. Okay. She was about love. She had a lot of love here with the Ace of Cups. She had a lot of love to give. But she was struggling. She had been struggling for a long time, and she was trying to stay strong, perhaps for a long time. And then we have this struggle with the Ten of Wands. We have uh, opposition here with the Seven of Wands. Page of Pentacles is study, student. And then we have these two male individuals in the battle, in the competition. So justice is going to come in, no doubt. Hierophant is connection to higher institution, universities. I feel that justice will be served on the university, on the campus itself, or tied into someone relatable to the school. I don't feel, and I'm kind of getting off track about Hannah's energy, there's a connection to the school in this case. There's not an outside stranger serial killer type vibe. This is a person who's connected to the school. There may even be lawsuits against the school, okay, with the Hierophant's energies very much tied into higher wisdom, higher institutions of learning. It also can be tied into tradition, religion, okay? Justice comes in and says justice will be served, legal, law enforcement, law agencies, anything to do with the courts, etc. It's trumping this card, and it's next to this card. So there's two major arcana, which signifies a major event. I feel like within the next month in particular, and there's a connection to the school in this case, whether it's a student or students or something relatable to that. All right, I'm going to pull two more cards and then we're done. I feel like Hannah Cleare's energy is one where she has transcended. So the pain, the worry, the grief, the anxiety is over. She's relieved of suffering. Okay. She relieved herself of suffering. She was mentally suffering. Nine of Swords is here next to Sun. So Nine of Swords typically will come up if someone is stricken with grief or stricken with anxiety or depression or fear or insomnia or sleepless nights. I feel that Hannah Cleare's energy states that she had a lot of anxiety. She suffered with anxiety, could have been social anxiety, and the alleged bullying that went on. Uh, if you've ever suffered from bullying, especially at a young age, um, whether you're in high school, college, elementary school, middle school, I don't care when and how and where it happened, you always remember that bully. You always remember how that made you feel. With the Sun's energy next to this says yes. Okay, the Sun can be a yes answer. I feel that she was very much in the darkness of whatever she was going through, and if it is relatable to her former roommate, Maddie Mogan, okay, she did suffer, but she's not suffering anymore with the Sun's energy. So this is transcendence. Also, I feel that there was a lot of anxiety perhaps for her surrounding social events, making friends, a lot of social anxiety as well. All right, I'll pull two more. I can't help it. So the perpetrators or suspect, I feel, is one person. The Hermit's here again with the Ace of Swords. This is a truth card, and this is a truth card. So the truth is going to come out. This is seasonal in terms of cycles or seasons is winter. So it's coming. And the season of winter is here. Happy winter solstice. So it's coming. This is a person who acted alone. This is also someone who was seeking the truth. This is also someone who may have been alone in their thoughts. And the Ace of Swords is a truth-telling type of card. And how it all relates back to Hannah Cleere is somewhat of a mystery, because I do feel that there's an underlying or indirect connection to her, and how it's relatable. It may be not even be relatable, it may be irrelevant, but there's something about Hannah Cleare's energy coming into this whole situation. So that's my take or look into the energy of Hannah Cleere in terms of relation to the Idaho 4 case, also into relation to directly one of the victims, Maddie Mogan. I do feel that there was something that was going on, especially in terms of well, I'll say this. I feel that Hannah's energy came in very quickly into the reading. And I also feel that there was a choice, trial, or decision that she had to make for herself. So thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, and I'll speak to you soon.